Women are supposed to be soft.
Okay. Here we go.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Women are supposed to be.
This is a hard conversation.
It's an awful lot of energy coming from that side of the table.
Listen,
Yeah.
I love that. I agree with that.
So, black folks, this is how we get down. So, but yeah, I think that with, and this is embarrassing because I've forgotten what. Yeah. No, I got it. So I think that with black people, specifically black women, I think that there's a high burden on them because of slavery and because they were the ones sticking by their man during Jim Crow and segregation and all of that stuff, that I think that they are trying to carve out a place in society. This is my opinion. They're trying to carve out a place in society that I don't think that they need to. Women are supposed to be soft.
Okay. Here we go.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Women are supposed to be.
This is a hard conversation.
It's an awful lot of energy coming from that side of the table.
Listen,
Yeah.
I love that. I agree with that. I agree with that. And that is my thing because I know I'm not soft.
Yeah.
I know that. And it's because of my father that I'm not that way. And I'm trying to figure out, like, I did try to soften myself. And the person I tried to soften myself for knew that I was softening myself. So he didn't trust me. He didn't trust me at all.
Yeah, because it's not you.
He didn't trust me at all.
I wouldn't either.
So he knew I was softening myself.
Sure.
And, but I was being genuine. I was nothing I wasn't trying to get over.
You were being genuine and you were trying to be accommodating, but it comes off as plastic. And that's what is going to cause a guy to not trust you. Hey, look, the best thing you can do, be yourself. If he likes you, cool. If he doesn't, kick rocks. That's the best you can do. And I know but the tough part about that is like, it's like, okay, I like you. And this is the type of woman that you want. So I'm going to become that woman. I've done that too. You know, I like you. So this type of man you want, I'm gonna become that man. Now, on some hands, sometimes the civilization of a guy is actually good. From a woman's perspective, sometimes viewing him through her lens allows him to see himself in a better light because women, women are about the future, right? In relationship, when you start talking about relationships, women are about the future. They're not so much concerned. I mean, they're concerned with who you are, but they're concerned with who you're going to be, right? Guys are about the now. They're not so much, they don't really care who you are in the future. What kind of booty you bringing through the door right now? And, you know, and so sometimes a guy gets his strength. I don't want to use the word strength, but sometimes gets his strength from looking at himself through her eyes. And that helps him to become, you know, that's where the term comes from. You know, behind every good man, there's a good woman that was there driving his ass into the ground, you know, but I think that sometimes that can be good, but I think that sometimes, you know, if the woman isn't careful, she can really turn into his mother because now it turns into
it's a balance.
It's hard to balance that.
So with that being said, let me jump into this because I would definitely want to get your input on this. Okay. There was a conversation that we had probably back in 1970s or so, and it was very popular. It happened. They started having all kind of Instagram comments about it recently. I don't know what brought it up, but it was a conversation between James Baldwin and Nikki Giovanni. Okay. And this is where she was saying that if he loves her, if her man loves her, he will lie to her. He will lie to her because he goes to work with the white man, is what she says, of course, every day. And he's smiling and laughing and happy in his face. But then he comes home, he's angry and he takes it out on her and the kids, or not necessarily takes it out, but more so is the fact is that all she gets is the angry side of him because he's stressed. Right. And he's, you know, releasing that energy that he couldn't release back at work. Right. With his, you know, oppressor. Okay. And she said she's saying that, no, you need to come home and you need to lie and fake being happy with me, fake being happy at home with me and with our children, so that they can see some kind of fallacy of a happy world versus this harsh reality of what you're showing us.
Yeah.
And
I'm just waiting on a break in that so I can shoot that full of holes. Because when you come home, it's supposed to be your sanctuary.
Yes, it is.
And you should come home to peace. But I get it. Whether it's a white man or a black man that's your boss, if you're on an oppressive or in a bad situation at work, that can be tough because you have a responsibility to take care of your family. So you got to earn that money. So you're at work just taking what you feel is abuse. And really it's your perception. So if you feel as though you're being abused, you're being abused.
Absolutely.
So coming home and taking it out on your kids and your wife, I don't agree with that either. So I think the best thing that a man can do, black, white, green, purple,
go ahead,
is hit the gym, get into a basketball league or something. You gotta vent that. You gotta vent that because
play basketball or rap, son.
Yeah, you better find an outlet because nobody can be a lifelong punching bag. You know what I'm saying? You come home. Yeah, I mean, I don't need you to lie to me. But goddamn, I don't need you to be a grouchy pants all the time.
You can come home and vent. It's not necessarily right, but you can come home and vent without being angry at your spouse.
Yeah.
So maybe he didn't feel that she was the outlet.
But even that, so it's tough for men to vent. I'm gonna give you a little
insight. Give me some insight.
We're gonna open the window for guys, right?
Pay attention.
It's tough for men to vent to their girl because we've been taught to be strong, to always be that pillar that strengthens the family, right? Now, some guys can vent. There's from time to time I can vent to my girl, whoever I'm with, but I try and keep that to a minimum because I always want to be seen as someone of strength. And the more you vent, the more that kind of chips away at your strength. In my eyes, and just how I feel. I don't know how anybody else feels, but I think that the more you vent, because venting is really complaining, right? At the end of the day, you're just complaining. You're sitting and bitching. And now some people are better at it than others.
Well, it could be releasing pressure and actually looking for solutions potentially.
Sure, but you're bitching.
Okay.
You're bitching.
Well, also in the same interview with Nikki Giovanni, she says that if it's so bad, and this is back in 1970s now.
Right.
If it's that bad at this position that you're in, then quit and find another one.
Yeah, that's easy to say from someone who's not supporting the family.
It wasn't. I don't even feel like that. I just felt that was so unfair.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. I mean,
it's so unfair.
If you don't like it, just leave. Okay. But if I leave, then, and I can't get another job or whatever.
You know what she said? Make a way. Make a way. I
now,
don't care. Make a way.
I do
make a way.
I do agree on some hand
make a way.
That it's your responsibility to take care of that family. You find a damn way. You figure it out. But to intentionally put yourself in that position by just saying I quit because somebody said something harsh to me or somebody is treating me a certain way, I get it. What you should do is like, okay, come up with a plan. It's like, okay, this job is crap. It's crap. At that point, you need to just kind of figure out, okay, my days here are numbered. I need to figure out something, whether those numbered days is a year, 6 months, 2 years, whatever it is. But I need to find another outlet to provide for my family, and still keep this to be able to do that. You have to, it's a balance, but just quitting is what a child would do because you can't take what's going on in the world.
So with that being said, if back in the days, this is what we're dealing with.
What's back in the day? 30 years ago?
70s?
70s.
That's not 30 days. That's
50.
30 years ago. You see, 30 years ago for us is 1970s, right? No, for me, when I think 30 years ago, I'm thinking 1970s. But that's not accurate, of course.
That's 50 years ago.
It is
yeah.
50 years ago.
Yeah.
Wow, we're old.
She's old.
Yeah, I am. I'm old.
I'm in my prime.
Okay.
Why is that so damn funny?
Okay.
I don't get it.
Okay.
I don't get the snickering, the tee.
Yeah. I mean,
I don't get it.
Saggy balls don't necessarily called prime.
So I'll keep that for personal.
Okay.
Because I had a
conversation.
a saggy balls incident yesterday.
Did you? Did you sit on them?
No.
I don't know. You said it had an incident.
No. I was sitting at, and I'll make this quick. I'll probably end up cutting it out.
Okay, good. Go ahead.
But I'll wait till Betsy comes back because we want to see her face.
Saggy ball moment. Hit it.
No, I was using the bathroom and the toilet backed up. And I was like, ooh, that was something cool on.
No, it's not.
On the fellas.
I heard that. You know what? I heard somebody saying that before.
Yeah.
It's like they just let it hang in the toilet.
Well, you have to. I mean, that's what they do. They hang. But,
no.
But to have them, you gonna tell a guy how to handle his? No, you let him hang
ridiculous.
when you on it. Yeah, but it came up and it was like a moment of, man, it was kind of nice because they just kind of kissed on it. The water kind of kissed on, and then you realize what's going on, and then you realize I gotta do something. I gotta change my life. I'm making bad decisions.
Yeah, this is terrible. You gotta make better decisions than this. This is ridiculous.
Yeah. But anyway, what were we talking about?
Okay, so with that being said, also I actually saw. You know what? I went on a date once.
I like that when women do.
I went on a date once with a young gentleman caller, and we had planned to go somewhere else, and something happened. I don't know what happened, but we ended up at the movies, and we was like, hey, we just pick a movie and let's just
first date.
It's not a first date, but it was, it was not a first date, but it's not like a consecutive.
Because I think that's an awful first date.
No, it wasn't a first date.
Yeah.
But we ended up at a movie, and we saw a movie said, it's Denzel Washington. He always has good movies.
What was it? Fences?
It was Fences.
I like that movie.
Yeah.
It was sad, but I liked it.
Yeah. Not necessarily a date movie. You know who that gentleman caller was?
Oh. I do know who that was.
I was just like,
nice.
This was a sad movie. And to go in with the plot that we're talking about is that we have this man with a fiduciary. That's the word? Fiduciary responsibility to take care of this family and this household.
Yeah.
And of course, that stress, it's a lot on him.
Sure.
And he had a stress reliever.
Yeah.
A whole nother household that he contributed to, whether it just be sexually or
something to be said for. Look, let me tell you something. There's something to be said for an amenable woman that takes care of you. Now, I'm not justifying him having a polygamous relationship with another woman.
What are you saying about taking care of you? You're talking about sexually.
Whatever taking care of means for that guy. Because taking care of is different for each guy.
But you weren't talking about his wife when you said that, though. That's what I'm saying.
No, I was talking about the mistress. Mistress, but they were married, right? It was the second family. He was married to the second woman, right? No, he was
married to the first woman.
He wasn't married to the second woman?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Mm-mm.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Something to be said for, look, I don't justify cheating. I don't think you should cheat, right? So let me put that out there right now. But there is a reason why people do cheat. Now, some people are scumbags,
and that's a reason.
As my buddy Smitty would always say,
shout out to Smitty,
Johnny McSkillet. Yeah, shout out to Smitty and his lovely wife,
Smitty.
But yeah, Johnny McSkillet or McSkillet, and yeah, you just sometimes guys are just awful. Women too, but. All cheating isn't as simple as that person just wanted to get off on somebody else. A lot of times it's because
emotional cheating.
Yep. Well, a lot of times they're just not getting something from home that they need, whether it's sexually, whether it's emotionally, whether it's financially, whatever. They're not getting something from home, and now it's a sign of weakness to just not just in that relationship and pursue this other one. But there's definitely a reason.
It might be because it's the 80-20 rule. You heard about the 80-20 rule, right?
I've heard of it in a work sense where 20% of the people do 80% of the work. I've heard of that.
The 80-20 rule is that your main woman, or just in general, you find somebody that has 80% of what you need, and you stick with that person, at least 80%, right? But typically when the person cheats, it's usually with the person that has the 20%. Whether it's, when you're looking for a person, a mate or whatever, you're looking for somebody that's stable or reliable, credible, trustworthy, somebody that's intelligent. Sometimes those people that are stable, not necessarily that spontaneous, not necessarily the fun person.
I think the word is boring.
They're not necessarily fun. You know what I'm saying? So then, of course, they end up cheating with the fun, good looking, untrustworthy.
Sure.
Definitely not reliable.
Sexually active.
Highly sexually active.
Don't forget that.
Highly sexually active person. You know what I'm saying? So that's the 80-20 rule. So that's why they don't leave the 80%. They don't leave the wife for the 20%.
You never do. You don't leave them for the 20%.
No.
You shouldn't. You use the 20% for what they're there for. They serve a purpose.
They do serve a purpose.
Yeah. I want to go back to something that you said before. In my defense, the reason why I took you to see Fences, like I didn't know what Fences was going to be.
You did not take me to see it. We went to go to Twin Peaks, but they were closed.
Right.
And then you was like, hey, let's go to the movie theater.
Let's check this movie out. I didn't know what it was.
And you said Denzel. I was like,
Denzel, look, if Denzel puts out a movie, I'm interested. It's as simple as that.
And we get there, we're just like,
yeah.
Why is everybody crying in here?
There was a lot of emotion.
It was
in that
a lot
theater.
of emotion. It
was a good movie.
It was
just
very
not a good.
It was not a good date.
Was that a date?
No.
No.
It's a guy and a girl. Heterosexual.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, with that, I did have something that I specifically wanted to touch on.
All right.
Specifically wanted to touch on.
Did it have to do with saggy balls?
Did not have to do with saggy balls, but it did.
Because I'm done with that topic.
It did have to do with relationships.
Okay.
And it had to do with. You said you weren't going to mess with the mic, and look at you.
I lied.
Lies.
Yeah. I'm about lying. Not to you guys.
Just to me. Just. Bring all untruths.
You're right.
All fallacies.
I'll take all lies.
All alternative facts.
Just bring them in.
Bring them in. I'm ready for them.
Yeah.